Hey girls, good afternoon. It's Coach Brian. This is a pre-game video. I hope you all get to watch before our game tomorrow. So if not, that's okay. If you didn't get to see it, well, obviously you won't know if you're not watching it. All right, but anyways, a few things. So let's get right into it. Since this is going to be our first game, I want us to go out and play the best you can, and we're going to probably make a lot of mistakes. It's okay. It's the first game, and that's how we're going to learn, and that's how Coach Tom and I will help figure out what our, practice will look like going forward after the first game. Okay? All right, so I want to talk quickly about inbound plays. Those of you that were there last night at Thursday night's practice, you did this, but I know there was a couple of you that weren't there. Okay, so a lot of you saw the inbounding from under the basket, and I'm going to show you that because I know one or two of you missed that practice. Okay, so this is if we are throwing in the ball from the sideline. So again, the referee will always be standing next to you with the ball. Okay, so this number one here is the ref. Okay, and so here you're going to stack up. So when there's a sideline throw, and the other four of you have to very quickly come over and stack up. Okay, one person will take the ball out, and we can rotate that around. I may get to the point where I tell you who I want to throw the ball in, but at least for now, I'm not so worried about who throws it in. So the other four of you have to very quickly line up in back of each other. Not right on top of this person, leave a little bit of space in between. When the referee hands her the ball, she's going to yell break, okay, and then here's how it has to go, okay. The first person in line is going to come all the way back to under the basket, okay. You don't just stop over here, you have to come all the way over, okay. Then this person's going to go way down here, this person's going to cut way up here, okay, and then the last person will drop forward, okay. So this is what it'll look like after the break, okay. So remember, it's very, very simple, right? There's no tap on the shoulder of this one, okay? It's just break, first person to the basket, the next two just cut opposite ways, and the last person just drops forward, okay? All right, so that's that, and I'll remind you guys about that tomorrow, okay? And I'm just going to quickly review the stacked play under the basket. It's a little different, and I think most of you got this by now, but I just want to make sure. So again, what we'll have here now, where you're going to line up on this one is the block. Let me make this really small. Bring it over. Whoops. Bring it over here. No, I messed it up. Sorry. Okay. So you guys know that down at the bottom of near the basket, there's that big red block. Okay. First person is going to line up right in back of it, and then the other three right in back. And I'm sure most of you know what I'm going to say. This person, whoever the second person is in line, as soon as we yell stack, you line up quickly, and you have to be very close together because the object with both these, you don't want the defenders to be able to get in between you. Same thing when we did this one. You should really be right up against each other. Okay. Okay, so, and again, reminder, the second person line is going to immediately tap this person on their shoulder, either their left or their right shoulder. And that tap is going to tell them which way to go. So let's say number 4 taps number 2 on their left shoulder. Then as soon as the person throwing the ball in says break, right, because she got a tap on her left shoulder, she's going to go left. The person that did the tapping is going to go right, okay, all the way over here. Don't just stop right here. Okay, all the way over to the other side of the paint. Okay, this person is going to drop into the middle. Okay, and then this last person here will drop back. This is an outlet. Okay, so that's what it'll look like. Okay, so again, I'll show you one more time. Okay, tap on the left or right shoulder. Let's say this time she tapped her on the right. Okay, so this time she'll go to the right because she got tapped on the right. This person's going to go out here. The third person in line will go under the basket, and then the last person will just back up as an outlet, okay? The whole object to this, guys, is make sure that you're spread out, okay? We want to keep the defense spread out. You know, if you only go here and this person only goes like right here, that's no good, right? That's, you got two of you guys together, it's no good. Spread out. You want to spread out the defense so it's hard for them to cover this area, okay? And then this person has to quickly get the ball in. Okay, how long do you have when the referee hands you the ball? How much time do you have to get it into one of your teammates? Okay, it's 5 seconds. Okay, so as soon as the ref hands you the ball, they're going to start counting. You yell break, you've got 5 seconds to get it to somebody. Okay, so it's not a lot of time, but it's enough time where you can, make sure you get a good pass. Okay, now you want to try to get it to preferably the person under the basket, but it doesn't have to be. Get it to the open person, and then we start working in. Okay? All right. Okay, and then just a couple rules. So we talked about 5-second rule, okay, to get the ball in. How long do you have on offense under the basket if we have the ball? 3 seconds, right? So if we're on offense, you can go into the paint. You got to kind of have that clock in your head, 1, 2, 3. Now you can go out and come right back in, that's fine, but just don't linger in here on offense, okay? On defense, you can stay in here as long as you want, okay? There's no limit on defense, okay? All right. So a couple other things I just want to remind you guys about, okay? First of all, dribbling, okay? We need to make sure that we are not dribbling too much, okay? Now, again, this only shows half court, but if let's say we're shooting on this basket, right? We're shooting on this basket. So down at the other end of the court, just like we did in practice Monday night, really Monday. Okay, there's two people are going to be down there. One of them's going to throw the ball in, and then you're going to come up together, okay? And you want to stay spread out, so as you come across the half court, or even before that, okay, depending if there's defenders waiting for you here, the X's are the defenders, by the way, all right, you two got to stay together. So remember, if a defender comes over and tries to pick this person up right here, you want to pass the ball, okay, you want to pass the ball quickly, all right, over to this person, okay, before the defender traps you, okay. Now, if they're not up here, okay, and they're just like hanging back here, which they might, let's say they're just staying up here near, this is more likely what we'll see. Well, they'll be over here guarding down here. They'll let you come up this far, okay? So if that's the case, then you can still pass the other person, and you guys are just going to work your way up, okay? But this person needs to, again, not abandon them, okay? You need to be here to help them out, all right? In the meantime, all you guys down here need to be looking to get open. Okay, that doesn't mean I don't want everybody coming up here. Okay, I don't want to see this. All right, if this is the ball handler, I don't want to see this. Okay, you guys have to work your zones down here. Okay, somebody can be standing around the free throw line. All right, and just work this area. All right, and we need to just get a good pass down inside the best we can. Okay, I don't want to see a lot of dribbling. Okay. So the object, this person's looking to get a pass into somebody, all right, somebody that's open. Your first look should always be under the basket. Look for an open person, like getting in behind the defenders, but pass it along. Remember, though, if there's a defender really close by, the person getting the pass, you have to give them a place to throw the ball away from the defender. So if 5 was going to throw to 3, you got a defender standing here. Number 3 needs to kind of put their hands over here away from the defender and step towards that pass. Don't try to put the pass right here, because 5 is just going to jump and grab it, okay? So you always got to pass away from the defenders, all right? And as I also said the other day, I don't want to see passes over the top of the paint. So what I don't want to see is this. Number 1's over here. I don't want to see number 1 throwing it to number 4 all the way over here. Okay, please don't do that. There's going to be a lot of defenders in here, and it's very easy for them to steal that. However, if number 1 has the ball, let's say number 4 is right here in the paint, this I'm okay with. Whether you throw it over the top, or obviously if she's wide open, just hit her with a little bounce pass right in there, okay? Because now we got an easy shot to the basket, okay? Just not over the top all the way across, and certainly not like, passing to somebody way up here from down here, okay? Nothing like this, all right? But the biggest thing is dribbling, okay? In both scrimmages we did this week, I saw 2 things, or 3 things. 1, Everybody dribbling way too much. Okay, dribbling is something you should do only when you have to. The more you dribble, the more bad things are going to happen because you can't control the ball well enough. Okay, that's just the way it is. The other thing is, and I saw this from a couple of you guys, you cannot dribble with two hands. You have to only dribble with one hand. And remember the double dribble and the travel. Once you stop dribbling, you cannot dribble again. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. You have to relax, calm down. All right, use your dribbles smartly. If you are dribbling, that's fine. But once you stop, that's it. You cannot dribble again. That's a double dribble. All right, and obviously you can't walk with the ball. So remember your pivot foot. Remember we did pivoting the first week where you put one foot down, you don't move it. You can lift up the other foot, but you have to keep that other foot tied to the floor. So if you can't dribble, or what do? You protect the ball, right? You put it on your hip, lock it in good there, away from the defender. Okay. But then use your pivot foot, all right? Always look. So let's say number one has the ball, okay? And let's say she's got a defender here, she's got a defender here, so she can't go this way with it, right? Well, remember, the open person might be in back of you, okay? So number 5 might be where you need to go with the pass, okay? Instead of trying to force it through to number 4 or force it through to number 2, all right, looking back of you. But you girls have to talk to each other. Make sure you tell your teammates you're there, okay? All right, now, in this case, if you had somebody like standing wide open, there was no defenders here, then I have no problem with you throwing it over the top of these two defenders if she's open. If there's a defender standing right here, then don't do that, okay? All right, but if she's wide open, they're leaving you open, go right over the top, all right? But otherwise, you got to look. But remember, the open person that you need to pass to may not be in back of you. All right. The other thing with dribbling, you have to stay out of the corners. This little squiggly line is a dribble line. All right. What I'm seeing is you guys dribbling down into these corners over here. Okay. You're getting the pass. Okay. You're getting this pass and then you're dribbling down to the corner. Stay out of these corners. Everything should be towards the basket. All of your movement, whether you're running, passing, dribbling, whether you have the ball or not, everything you do should be this way, not this way, and not this way. Okay? I see some of you going and, running, getting the dribble and heading back towards half court. Okay? Do not do that. All right? This is not helpful. You got to stay away from dribbling in these areas, stay away from the half court, coming back, going backwards when we're supposed to be shooting over here. Okay? And stay out of these corners. Okay? Everything should be in this area. I cannot stress that enough. All right? It doesn't mean you make a bad pass. It doesn't mean you force it in there if there's no open person. That's up to your teammates to get open. But do not dribble into these corners and do not dribble backwards towards half court. All right? Don't do it. Okay? Because I will correct you guys. I'll take you out of the game and talk to you about it. Okay? This is not helping us. Okay? But how you avoid that is you don't dribble any more than you have to. Okay? So if you're coming down on a dribble, you're coming down from the other side of the court, once you get about into this area, if you can't go right to the basket, then you should be looking to pass it. Okay? You should be looking to once you get into this area, to pass that ball off. Okay? Pass the ball off. Get it to one of your teammates. All right? So once you dribble down, then you should be looking to pass it. All right? Pass it. Whether she's over here or whether she's in the middle, whatever. Do not let me see you guys come down with the ball, dribbling from the other side, and dribble all the way down here all by yourself. This is way too far. Don't do it. Okay? All right? Nothing good is going to happen if you do that. Okay? And again, don't be dribbling like back towards the middle or back towards half court. Okay? All right, can't stress that enough, and I saw it a lot. Way, way, way too much dribbling. When you do dribble, remember, you've got to dribble and be able to use both hands. So if, let's say this number 3 has the ball, she's dribbling over here. All right, let's say the defender's here. If the defender's over on this side of her, then you've got to be able to dribble away, right? Put your other arm up in front so she can't reach in. All right, if she's over here guarding you, all right, then your dribble needs to be, on this side of your body. okay, away from the defender. All right, so in this case, be using your left hand and keep the defender away. All right, but just don't dribble too much. All right, for passing, remember for passing, when there's a lot of bodies around, right, bounce passes, nice tight bounce passes. I don't mind over your head passes as long as you're not going too far. Again, I don't want the passes that go like this all the way across the paint. But again, if number 2 had the ball and number 4 was like open, and there was no defense over here, and you got just somebody standing right here, I don't mind the pass right over her head. Okay, just don't be making long passes all the way across the paint when there's a bunch of defenders in here. Okay, and again, bounce passes are preferred, but over the head passes are okay as long as you know you can get it to them without the defender stealing it. Okay, in other words, a wide open player. Okay, then it's okay. All right, so that's the biggest thing with passes. But we should be doing more passing and less dribbling. That's the bottom line. Okay, more passing, less dribbling. Okay, and the other thing I would just say is just slow down. There's no need to rush. I know it gets crazy with the crowd yelling and, coach and I yelling and your teammates yelling and the other team in your face. You have to just take a deep breath, slow yourselves down, think about what you're doing. Don't rush any passes. You got plenty of time. Okay, there's nothing to race against. Okay, unless it's the last few seconds of the game and we have to make something happen, then that's it. Other than that, take your time, slow down, think about what you're doing. Protect the ball, right? Triple threat position, right on your hip, lock it in there. All right, dribble away, on the opposite side where your defenders are, and everything should be towards the basket. All movements, whether you have the ball or not, should be getting you somewhere inside of here. Okay? All right. Remember with jump balls, we talked about this last night. If you end up on the floor with a jump ball, do not stand up with the ball. That's traveling. Okay? One of your teammates has to come over and take the ball from you. Okay? So if there's a jump ball where you're locked up with someone on the other team, and you get the ball and you're still laying on the floor, that's fine, but do not stand up. Okay? All right, now let's just quickly talk about positions, and then I'll probably end this because I don't want to make it too long and bore you guys. All right, let me just get the defenders out of the way here for a second. So again, the circles are us. All right, so we're going to have, again, 2 people come up with the ball, so that'll be the point guard and one of the top guards. Okay, all right. If I tell you you're on low post left, so the low posts are the 2 people that set up down below. Okay, all right. I might tell you low post left, low post right, or I might tell you center. The center would only be on defense, so this would be somebody like Jayona or whoever. Right, but low post left, low post right. And if you're confused about whether it's left or right, it's always as you're looking at the basket. So if you're standing here looking at the basket, this is your left, this is your right. That's how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys, so and so, you're low post left, you're low post right. This is the high post right, and then we'll have a high post left, and then we'll have a point guard, okay, who has a little bit more flexibility. But for defense, these are your zones. Okay. And remember, the zones are an area, okay? The zones are an area for you to cover. So for this person, this is basically your zone, like that, okay? Actually, probably go a little further in here, right? That's kind of your zone. This person, all right, again, your zone's going to overlap with this person, all right? So this is kind of your zone here, okay? And then, same thing with these 2 girls over here. Okay, you're basically covering, and these all overlap, right? Something like that. All right, and then lastly for this person, okay, like this, all right, and basically covering the whole middle section here. All right, something like that. It's not exact, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, and then obviously the point guard or the number 1 person, all right, is going to just play up here. All right, so I'm going to say these are your positions: low post left, low post right, high post left, high post right, point guard. Okay, point guard is the one bringing the ball up. Okay, so I don't care who stays down here with the point guard. to throw the ball in, but I want the point guard only bringing the ball up from the other end of the court. Okay? Let me say that again. Only the point guard brings the ball up from the other end of the court. I don't care who throws it into her, but I want the point guard bringing the ball up. Okay? Unless we need to pass it over here. Okay, now, like I said at the beginning, if there was a defender standing here waiting for the point guard, and she needs to pass, okay, that's fine. She needs to pass, that's fine. And then at that point, she'll go, and then at that point, this person can look to pass it back to her. Okay? All right, if necessary. Okay, so this is zone. This is basically what a zone defense looks like, right? And again, you're in charge of basically that whole thing on your side of the court. All right, but you have to stay in position. I don't want to see anybody coming out and coming higher out than you should. So I don't want to see the number 2 person and the number 4 person coming up here. Let your teammates cover this area. You protect the paint. Keep them out of the middle. That's the preference, okay? Protect the paint, all right? Make them shoot from outside. This is a lot harder of a shot than inside here. Keep them out of the paint. That's your best thing, okay? And again, just go wherever the ball goes. So if they're over here, remember, they come down here. This person goes, gets them. This person can, you guys can slide over, right? And that's it. Just move with the ball. That's all. All right, but don't leave your zones. All right, if we do man-to-man, then we have to match up. We'll worry about that at the time. All right, but this is zone. And this is going to be the same positions on offense. So if I tell you you're low post left, you'll be in the same position on offense than you will be on defense. Okay, so I'll assign that at the beginning of the game, and we'll go from there. But this is basically your zones. Now, when we're on offense, I don't care if you guys move around. So on offense, you still are going to be starting in a zone, but at that point you can start moving around. Okay, I don't care if you guys even want to replace each other, just as long as we have the whole area covered and as long as you guys aren't like right on top of each other. But the object is to get open inside the paint, somewhere in here. Okay, so if number 1 has the ball, all right, number 1 has the ball, she's looking for one of you guys to get open inside so she can pass it, right? Somebody's got to get open, all right, to take that shot. And then rebound, okay? You should be rebounding everything, okay? On offense or defense. If it's our ball, we shoot, we miss, Jayona, whoever, right, put it right back up. If we're going the other way, let's say they shot, we get the rebound. Whoever gets that rebound should be looking up court, probably to your point guard, who's going to be, hopefully back down the other end of the court. So we get the rebound. Let's say number 3 gets the rebound off the other team. Then she should be looking for a long pass to Sophia or whoever is open up top, and then everybody's just running back up court to the other side. All right? But if we're shooting, then again, we want to get those rebounds and just try to put them right back up again, right? Just keep shooting and shooting, and, don't give up the ball, okay, if you don't have to. All right? All right. So that was a lot. Hopefully most of you get to watch this. It'll just save some time for the game tomorrow, and that's it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck. We'll have a good game, first game, and we'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Talk to you later.